Hey, welcome to this shortwave radio channel, and I'm continuing my top 10 receivers that I love, that I own, and there are 4 left. 6 are already on the channel if you haven't checked it out. Now this one is going to be my top #1 choice if you're searching for a radio that has single sideband SSB and airband. It's my overall favorite for now, and it's the XHDATA D808. So this is a receiver capable of listening to the long wave, medium wave, short wave, and airband, and FM, of course. So airband, if you like to listen to local airplanes on your airports, this is cool because not a lot of portables do have it. And this one has airband, and it's a decent performer on the airband. Very sensitive on long wave, medium wave, and short wave. A potentially amazing DX machine for medium wave for several reasons, but one of the main reasons is that the ferrite antenna in it is longer than the average ferrite there is on other radios. So it actually pulls in medium wave signals better than many portables. It's very directional, of course, and this makes it an amazing candidate, especially with all the bandwidths that you can actually play with. This radio has several bandwidths that you can play with, which is unique to this radio, a lot of them. So you can actually narrow the bandwidth if there's too much interference on, say some of the frequencies you're listening to. It's a general coverage receiver. That means it has pretty much no gaps from long wave all the way up to 29,999 kilohertz, and that is great because it means you can listen to about anything out there that's in the long wave, medium wave, and short wave bands. It's very sensitive radio, good FM performer also, and it is really, really nice. Separate upper and lower sideband capabilities. So when you actually start sideband, you actually have the separate lower and upper sideband in the display that will actually help you tune in to your signals, plus a BFO that has amazingly nice fine-tuning capabilities in the display. So this is overall very, very nice as a radio, and it's very flexible, something that we don't see a lot. There's an amazing number of bandwidths. So for example, on AM listening, you can actually go to the bandwidth button and you'll see all of these bandwidths: 4 kilohertz, 3, 2.5, 2, 1.8, 1, and back up to 6. But when you're on single sideband, these change, and you have single sideband related bandwidths. So you'll have 4 kilohertz, 3 kilohertz, 2.2, 1.2, and even 1 kilohertz and 500 hertz, making it even an interesting candidate to tune in, simply tune in CW Morse code. So this is a very, very nice radio and very flexible for portable. One of the most flexibles that I actually have seen that tunes shortwave. So, a lot of these features are often on higher end radios. And this, of course, is due to the DSP based radio. This is a digital signal processing based radio. It's based on the Silicon Integrated 4730 some chip, which is a shortwave radio on a chip that lets all of these capabilities. Very, very beautiful display with temperature, alarm, clock, signal to noise ratio, and the frequency at the same time. It is keypad entry, so you can actually enter your favorite frequencies directly on the keypad, which is something very nice when you want to go directly to some frequency. It has, of course, fast and slow tuning on the tuning knob, which is also something that is nice. It has memory channels, of course, and of course can be used as an alarm clock or go to sleep. Always on backlight, that I love because you can just have the backlight turn on and stay on. So at night it's kind of fun because it means that you have a nice display that's always visible. Signal to noise ratio is the way that it displays the signal strength of station you're listening to. It includes a lithium-ion battery. So this is what you have in here, which is one of those special, something like 18650 batteries. So this is a special lithium-ion. It is included with the radio. Now, not this one. This one is obviously one that you might not recognize here, but it does come with its own lithium-ion battery, and it charges via the USB port that you see here. So you can charge it on a computer, you can charge it on a most cell chargers will work. I use my Galaxy S9 charger and it works fine. It has good battery life in general, great FM performance, has RDS feature on FM that is superb. I mean, when you actually start tuning around the RDS functionalities on this radio, it just works great. So here you got, you know, the name of the song, but you can actually cycle through the information. So you have different information that can be displayed depending on what the station is sending out. So here you have culture, then you have the station, so the song that's playing that is actually being displayed here. Of course, ID, weather, all sorts of information depending on, like I said, what the station is actually sending out. So depending on what you have. So here, Real McCoy, Rhythm of the Night. So you just press the info button to switch through the different ways that it can display the information, of course on RDS, which is very beautiful, and hopefully you can see it here. And of course date, weather information, anything that's in here will display. All you got to do is just let it you know, display what it wants to display. It has an external antenna jack, which is nice, and it's provided with a wire antenna that plugs in here. So this is very, very nice because you already have a basic kit that actually works very well. Earphone jack right here, volume control on the left, of course tuning knob, BFO that is very, very nice and well thought out, and of course the micro USB connector or mini USB connector, and of course FM stereo through the earphone jack. What's bad about this radio? There's a weird AGC kind of chuffing. So the automatic gain control is kind of weird when you're using single sideband on shortwave. What that does is that it actually means that sometimes when listening to some, you know, for example, amateur radio operators, the AGC kind of kicks in at regular intervals, which is kind of weird. And it kind of makes it a little annoying to listen single sideband sometimes, but overall, you know, you get used to it and you actually like it anyways because it does it well, and you still can listen to whatever you're listening to on the radio. It, you know, probably would be nice if it had like AGC slow and fast speed. Maybe that would actually fix some of the problems. One of the things that a lot of people don't like is demuting when you tune. So if you're tuning in, it mutes the audio while you're tuning either with the knob or the up-down button. So that could be a no-go for some people. You know, I've learned to live with it because I don't tune around that much. I do a little bit, but I don't tune around necessarily that much with that type of functionality, but it might be a no-go for some of you out there. Battery is a lithium-ion 18650. What does that mean? It means that it's not double A's, and I know a lot of you have told me over and over again, it doesn't matter, you're renting for nothing. It, you know, they're easy to find. Yes, they are easy to find. I have 10 of them here. The problem is not that. The problem is if you have only the one with this, and if you're a newbie and you don't know what those batteries are because they don't look like anything you've seen before, that's one problem. Because if you go on the expedition, you bring this radio camping, battery dies, and you got nothing to charge it, you can't pop in AA batteries, which is the standard and the most easy batteries to find in the world. You'll get them at the local whatever. In a camping, you'll just, you know, go to your neighbor and say, hey, you have AA batteries I can buy or borrow? You know, that's where I mean that it's a bad move, because by having AA's or a standard like that, it's easy to find everywhere. But yes, because they use a lithium ion, they do use a battery that actually can give and deliver more power. So, you know, it depends on everybody. It depends on who you are, because you got to think not just for yourself that, oh, well, they're easy to find and I find them everywhere. Yeah, you find them everywhere. Ask somebody that knows nothing about radios and batteries, because a lot of people, the majority of people, are clueless about batteries. You know, they barely know a AA. That's where my rant goes. It just isn't a standard. That's it. But for the rest, yeah, you know, I mean, I'm okay with it. But it's mostly thinking of, you know, where do you find batteries if you run out of power? Of course, you can use a battery pack and plug it here to charge the battery. So you can use one of those battery packs that are available for, you know, charging your cell phone, for example, and bring it along. But still, once again, you got to know. You got to know that. Also, weird delay, you know, when you press that SSB button, there's like these little arrows that go forward, and it takes a couple of seconds for it to actually go into single sideband. Kind of weird. Nothing major, but kind of weird. But still, with all that I've just said, sensitive, amazing set of features, an amount of bandwidth that I've never seen on a portable, or pretty much. This is my #1 choice. If you've got one radio, only one, to purchase, that has single sideband, that is sensitive, that will bring on those stations, well, the XHDATA D808 is my #1 radio for July of 2019. This is what you should buy. It's just great, and you'll have a great radio. It's available from about $80 to $120. Some people have paid less than that. I suggest that you check the price from time to time. Don't go and pay $200 or $300. I've seen this at $250 on some places. No, you don't pay $250 for this. But brand new, anywhere from, you know, say $70 to $120. It depends on where you'll buy it, and you know, prices vary from place to place. So, you know, it's not that expensive. If you're looking for something that has single sideband, and the fact that it has separate upper lower and a very nice BFO, very well thought out BFO, kind of adds to making it easy to actually tune in to signals. So this is my overall best winner, honestly, for July of 2019. If you have one to buy this. You'll be happy, and I don't know of anybody that's not happy with the XHDATA D808. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thanks for watching.